Right. And after a day of talking back and forth to various individuals all over Canada, I kind of got inspired to begin doing something with some Stargate stuff for a little bit here. So what's Stargate without a little bit of a desert somewhere, right? So first thing we got to do is we got to have some desert, right? So here it is. Lots of it. Wow. I'm just going to keep running this way for a while. See how big this map is. This, and like I said to other people, Epic Games by Unreal gave out a ton of this free stuff, and this is stuff I'm getting to from last month because it takes a long time to compile some of this shit when you only got one PC. Some of the big companies have what's called render farms. They uh, send stuff to like this place where they have multiple dozens and dozens and dozens and graphics cards, and it goes wee, spins, and then comes out the other end, and then you're like wee, right? So yeah, and this is the base model that you start with. Okay, now in a few versions from now, this will change. It will change into a robot. Okay, that came out with this month's pack. And it's a bit complicated because not only do I have to change the look of this guy, but his animations because the robot's a little different. Which, um, while it's something I've done before, I haven't done much of. But hey, I'm one of those kinds of people that when I need to and want to do something, I either learn to do it or I find a way to do it. Okay, that's just me, right? And look at that. Okay, you get a bit of how the sun moves. Now this is in the 424.3 engine. 425 has come out, and I have yet to migrate my stuff to it, and I'm nervous of that because the 425 required Windows 10, which, the one thing I do not want to have while I'm doing stuff like this is some stupid Windows pop up, or suddenly your this telemetry that's in the background starts kicking in to do shit, and I don't know who's looking at my stuff. I'm sorry, I'm a little paranoid that way. I like to, you know, I I don't, and I'm not one of those kinds of people that says no. Here's something I made. Don't have it, or I try to keep it to myself. I share a lot, right? I share. In fact, anything I have, if anybody ever wants it, let me know, and I'll make sure you get a copy. I'm not about money. Well, I mean, money's good, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just watching an interview with one of the Stargate actresses who was, what was her name? Simone Bailey, and she was interviewing Mike Dropin. And he's done a lot of stuff. And he mentions a film that I'm gonna have to check out because it was an indie film, and I like that, right? I like that they expand that they do different things, right? This is a big freaking desert, eh, boys and girls? Woo-hoo-hoo! Look at this shit. There's a lot of stuff you could do in this mother. Oh, wow. Seems like I'm running forever in this. It's almost like it's its own video game. I wanted to get up there on that hill, but I don't know how many miles I'm going to have to run here. But yeah, so one of the things I did was I pulled up, I got an old Blender file and a bunch of them that had Stargate stuff in it. And this was back, they did a contest. And I was going to use things like DaVinci Resolve and a whole bunch of high tech stuff and just do up a little thing, right? And I never got round to it because I got busy with other things. And that's the problem, eh? You get doing one thing and then something comes along that requires your attention and you just kind of and then you forget about something, right? I need to start getting, if I started putting stickies around all this shit, holy crap. Yeah, I should though. I should get like another computer or a little, I don't know, maybe a cell phone or something there, and it would be like give me little alerts of things I'm supposed to be doing. Anyway, it was neat because Mike had mentioned that he might like to get back into doing something with voiceovers and stuff, and like I said, Unreal gave out a whole what was it $5 million worth of game ready characters, and there was a lot of controversy about their launcher. Excuse me. And what I was thinking was to grab a bunch of YouTubers together and do a little project with this stuff. Yeah, they're already established in some video game that never ended up becoming a video game. They're completely done. They have their own voices, their own animations. 99% of the work's done. It would just be some customized stuff. So I got a hold of one guy, and he was doing this Blender mod, and we started talking. It sounded like a good idea, but he had a different vision for where we would go with things, right? And that's the problem when you're at the start of these things. Um, it's like you have a vision for something, and then you want to partner with somebody. That sometimes doesn't work. You got to have maybe one guy saying, "Here's the vision, here's the script, here's the," and you go with that. And it would be neat to see, what some of these uh, people that do writing and stuff like that have for ideas. Whatever you sign for non-disclosure, all that jazz, whatever, just to see whether it would fit to something you could do that you'd enjoy doing, right? Because I'm one of those kinds of people. If I don't like what I'm doing, I don't do it, right? If it's not fun, it's got to be fun. Right? So whatever anybody wants to do, it's got to be kind of a fun thing to do because, and this is fun. Like this took, you know, every time I turn on the Unreal Engine, it starts doing this thing in the background where it was doing the shaders. I set it up to do that so that over the course of a month, it would slowly do this stuff, right? Like there's 30 maps and variations of even this map. Okay, like there's different types of deserts, there's different types of mountains, there's snowy mountains, there's this and that and the other thing, right? And when this started out, there were 30,000 shaders, and at 3 minutes per thousand shaders, that was a lot of doings. And then there was other stuff I was working with, and other stuff I was doing, and got all these other ideas in the background, and I got this to do. And then you make a mistake, and then something you got to go and fix it. And I'm only a one man, right? That's part of the. And then you're talking to people, you're engaging with people. I spent a whole. That's the first day I've spent away from YouTube where I was on Twitter that it didn't. Twitter didn't annoy me ever. I mean, it just seems like I don't know. I'm scratching my head. Like I don't know. I think as the world is more home now, right? More people are kind of paying attention to some things, and some of the bad drama that's maybe going around sometimes just ain't doing its thing, maybe, or whatever. Because I think people get tired of it, and I do too, right? It's kind of like I saw one girl talking about how she's having all these problems, and making it sound like it was just today when it was a year ago saying the same thing. And I mean, like, you got to learn to get over your shit, you know. Um, I just kind of raised my. Oh my God! Look at how big this place is. Ooh, you ever get that Abydos feeling? Well, here it is, boys and girls. Do 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 do. All right. All right, I'm going to try another one now. I think all these maps should be done by now. All right. You guys have a good one.